Hi guys, I'm here today to show you how to make the Parker on the Porch Wasabi Charm. We're going to make this cute little charm and we're going to add it to a bag. So I'm going to quickly show you how to make this and then we will be adding it to the sushi bag a little bit later. So the very first thing you do is you're going to put tearaway on your hoop. And you're going to do the very first step, which is basically a placement step. It's going to show you how big of fabric you're going to need. So I'm going to run that step and then I'll come back and show you. Like, there's your placement stitch and it is just showing you how big of a piece of fabric you need to put there. So I'm going to use this awesome glitter vinyl and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I put a big enough piece to cover that. And I am going to go and run the next step. And you're welcome to tape it down if you like. I just leave it and use my hands. But the next step is the cute little eyes. So I'm going to make those black. And so I'm going to go ahead and stitch the next step. Step 2 is the eyes. So go ahead and do that and I'll meet you back here. Okay, the eyes are stitched down. Now I'm going to move on to the next step, which is another detail. Step 3 is his mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and do the mouth and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. We have the mouth done now. And if you look at your steps, the next ones are these cute little cheeks. So I changed my thread to pink and I'm going to go ahead and stitch that step out and I'll come back and show you what that looks like. There's those cute little cheeks. The next step, step 5, is going to be doing the little charm hole. That's where you're going to put your thread through. So go ahead and stitch that now and I will come back and show you. Okay guys, this is what it looks like. Your front. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and I am going to put a little piece of felt. You can put your fabric back here. It can be vinyl, it can be whatever. I'm going to do felt just because this is just a little charm. I'm going to taping it down underneath my hoop. This is on the bottom side. I'm going to flip it back over and I'm going to put it back on my machine and I make sure that it stayed taped. So your very last step is going to be the entire outline and you do that with the back on. So I'm going to go ahead and run that and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, this is what it looks like right here. There's the front and this is what your back's going to look like. You can go ahead and take it off your hoop now. So I'm going to pop that off and I always take the tearaway off. And if you watched any of my other videos, you know I do this because I don't want any of the white stabilizer showing in between my design if you're looking at it sideways. And it's easier to pull it off when it's in big pieces versus if I took the scissors and just started cutting around it and left the stabilizer. When you're up to the edge, you could still see that white stabilizer in there. And it just bothers me. You can do it either way, but it bothers me. So I'm going to use these little scissors right here to cut this. This is the scissors I use the most for projects like this. So I'm going to go ahead and just start cutting around this cute little wasabi charm. Okay. Now, one tip I have for cutting is when you get to these curved edges like this, you want to put the tip of your scissors right up to the stitch, not over the stitch because you don't want to cut it, but right up to the stitch where you want it to stop and then just push down. So you want to line your scissors up first. You don't want to do it from way back here because one, you're going to end up cutting your stitch if you do it from back there, but also it ends up being a lot cleaner because you can just do it in one click versus doing lots of little jagged cuts. So I'm just gonna do that and cut around here. And another tip that I do, I'm gonna have to go back and fix this a little bit, but another tip that I do besides putting the little points there, I also cut as close to the stitches as I can because it gives me a point of reference of being consistent around the whole thing. So it's easier to be consistent and make it look right all the way around all the stitches. I'm going to get this off because it's bugging me. you pretty much leave the same distance if you go really close to the stitches. So I'm going to use my points again. There's all these cute little curves on here. I'm also going to cut these extra little things on the back. Now, you can probably use a hole punch if you have like the crocodile. That's really, I actually have one of those. I should probably find it. I'm just going to use this to poke the hole because I'm actually going to put string through this. But you could do lots of other things. I know there's the little chains that you can put through here. There's some other things, string, yarn, ribbon. I'm going to just use this little poker, but you could use the crocodile. Let me see if I can get it really fast. Hang on. Here we go. I don't know if there's scrapbookers out there too, but this is called a crocodile. You can have a smaller one too. The thing that's nice about this one is it has a really small one. So if you were using this, you would just put this in between the hole right here and you would go down. Hold on, let me have some. Sorry, technical, there was like paper in there from scrapbooking. So you could just put it in there and you squeeze. So I guess I'll use this instead. And then it basically is just a cool hole punch. If you just have a regular hole punch, that's probably too big because it's probably this size. This crocodile has both. It has the tiny one, it has the bigger one, and then it sets different things in here. You can set eyelets and stuff. So if you have this tool, that's what you would do this for. The other thing you could have done, and is if you have this, just go ahead and poke a hole. It wouldn't make it as big as this one, but it still would work. So you can do either or. Now you can put on here whatever you want. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this a little later in the bag tutorial. But for now, that's how you make these cute little charms. And they can hook to the zippers of bags. You can do a lot of things with these. So there's that. I hope that helps you, shows you how to make it. And if you want to see what I do with it later, then go and watch the sushi bag tutorial. Thank you.